Hello, I'm Morgan Peckman. This is City and State TV. Today, our guest is the host of The Morning Show on AM 970 and a former star of Saturday Night Live, the great Joe Piscopo. Joe, thank you so much for joining
Hi, Morgan.
us.
Good to see you, buddy. How are you? I'm a little beat up, just to tell you. I wanted to come in and record with you. Frank Morano said you're the guy about politics, so I'm here. But I just did my morning show. I was out late last night, so just fix up as good as you can with the old guy here. Do you have a filter? You have that Barbara Walters filter for me? Just a little Vaseline on the lens.
We'll do it all in post.
Yeah, thank you. I need something. Oh. Good morning.
So Joe, this is you've been doing the morning show for about 6 months now, and this is your first foray into political talk. What attracted you to this area?
Well, I'm really a news junkie. Love news and love politics because you can't make it up. It's the real world. And sometimes you see things on television, you see things a politician does. And you sit there and you go, oh my gosh, you couldn't make it up. Even on SNL when we did the sketches, sometimes the material wrote itself, and that's what it does in politics. So I'm really strangely and curiously drawn into the world of politics. And so to be able to go on the radio now and talk about it, and people don't go, Joe, you're political? I've always been very political, always had an interest in it, and to be able to execute it, especially on a great station like AM 970, The Answer, we call it The Answer, man, this kind of conservative talk radio station, it's very exhilarating for me.
Is it kind of surreal for you? I mean, you've done fake news on Saturday Night Live, and now you're doing real news.
Yeah, isn't that funny, though? What am I doing here? I know. Yeah, we'd parody everything. But I think, and it's interesting, on this radio station, on The Answer, on 970, they want it organic and from the heart, Morgan. They don't want, we do shtick. We did the Donald Sterling rap. How to do it, We'll do, we want to do Springtime for Putin,
Frank, you there?
And oh hi, there's John Gambling's voice. You see, it's real, it's live.
Yeah.
And this is great. Yeah, hold on, I got it. I think I got it.
Okay.
Right. That is great. That is Frank Morano producing the John Gambling show, not only my show, young Frank Morano, and that was John Gambling getting set to do his show. So
this is as authentic as it comes, right here.
Exciting for me because I'm a huge gambling fan and a legend in broadcasting, and I have a degree in radio and television. So I went to college for all of this, and with the boards and everything, as I was just a kid, and then to come full circle into it, and then to do it in real world and not do the shtick. Really address the issues, and if I'm incensed about an issue, we talk about it. The audience senses that. It's a very interesting journey and a very interesting ride that I'm enjoying immensely.
And I mean, I know you have strong opinions about a lot of things and a lot of people, but I wanted to ask you specifically about Governor Cuomo. What's your impression of his 3.5 years in office?
I'm a fan of Andy Cuomo, and I don't know that my audience agrees with me. I don't know that our political consultant Frank Morano agrees with me, but I'm a fan of Andy Cuomo because I know him before he was governor. Chatted with him, talked with him. I love that he's true to his Italian-American roots, that he speaks fluent Italian. He's got beautiful parents, whether you agree with Mario or not. This is a great man. Matilda, his mother, comes from a great family, and I love the way Andy Cuomo keeps peace in Albany. And I'm an outsider. You know best. You're right there, Morgan. You know better than I do. But from what I could see, he's not a lightning rod. He deals with the unions, yet he puts a cap on taxes. Yet he says, I don't know that about fracking. Let's investigate a little bit more about fracking. This is a good way to go into politics. He doesn't have a press conference and just say, this is what we got to do. Chuck Schumer style. And I love you, Chuck. Don't get me wrong. But just Chuck, those Sunday press conferences make a lot of sense, but it's all mostly for the exposure. And Andy Cuomo seems to keep the peace. Very interesting, very unusual for a politician. On the other hand, if I may, we like Rob Astorino at the station. Rob Astorino is a very effective politician. New York is in good shape. You got Andy Cuomo and you got Rob Astorino. With either guy, you're going to be great. And of course, Governor Cuomo, I mean, with the lead that he's got and the money that he has, I don't know that you beat him, but it's going to be an interesting race. And I support Governor Cuomo, and I think though somebody said I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm more an Italian can, you know, I'm just like, is anybody Italian, I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote for it. So it's got Estorino and Cuomo. It's a toss-up, but I know Andy Cuomo personally, so that's why I like him.
Does that transfer over to Bill de Blasio, or is he not a real enough
You know,
Italian for you?
Thank you. Because, you know, this is the bone I have to pick with the mayor. Aside from not coming on my show, aside from not coming on John Gambling's show. Come on, man. De Blasio, you got the station here. This is the one station here, AM 970, The Answer. People call. It's political. People, they're very smart. The listeners are smart. Hey, it's a learning curve for me. And Mayor de Blasio, when he's wants to get elected, he's on the station. You know, now it's like and I don't see Mayor de Blasio's Italian roots come out the way Rudy Giuliani's roots come out, the way Andy Cuomo's roots come out, and even Rob Astorino will address his heritage. I don't see it from de Blasio. You know, so that's the one thing about it. He's too liberal for me, Mayor de Blasio is. You know, but a lot of the time when he, like he said, take some of the some properties that were around the city, and maybe we could give them to people in need. You know, some of the that's the Democrat that I like. You know, yeah, there's some real estate that is not being used. Let's find people who can't afford homes and put them in that real estate. Hey, there's a Democrat. Now that makes sense. The horses in Central Park, stop it. Stop with that stuff. Universal pre-K and taxing millionaires. Do it the way. Look at what Andy Cuomo did with universal pre-K. Very smart the way he did. He just put it in the budget, slipped it in there. Don't say we're going to bang the millionaires. How much more taxes can you pay in New York State? So, so with Mayor de Blasio, he's got to get in touch with his Italian roots, and you know what. I guess, you know, socially, you know, I lean left a little bit, so I agree with him a lot of the, you know, helping out the people, you know, and those issues. But stop with the taxing. Stop with taxes. But he bought in Bill Bratton. That was great. No, that was good stuff, right? So.
In 2004, Governor Ventura's former campaign manager approached you about running for governor of New Jersey. Yeah. How come you didn't go for it?
You know, interesting, Morgan, when they did polls, they did a Quinnipiac poll, and it was way down the poll, and they polled electability for me. And I say this with great humility and great amazement. Jesse Ventura, when he was in Minnesota, polled 13% electability. They checked me out in New Jersey among Democrats and among women, and it was 23% electability. So the independents jumped on and said, Joe, you should run. And I said, this is great, I could run. It was after the Jim McGreevey situation. I know the issues. I would like to walk the streets of Camden, New Jersey. You know, sometimes it looks like the land that time forgot with the great kids and great people and great community of Camden, the lack of jobs that are coming into the state. I know the issues. You know, I really think I know the issues. So I said, maybe I'll do this. Then my wife at the time said, no, you're not going into politics. It's bad enough in entertainment. Now I got to go to politics. I got to put up with this. And then she ended up leaving me anyway. So here I am without a wife.
So now's your chance.
I'll think about it.
Joe Piscopo, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure.
Thanks, Morgan. See you out there.